All right, so two more types of problems to solve by factoring. This one here, number 3, is going to go with numbers 5 through 8 on your worksheet. So if you can do this one, you'll be able to do 5 through 8. And then this one over here is going to go with numbers 9 through 10. And then I'll do one more video to show you how to do one of them on the back. We won't do the whole back. We'll only do 1 or 2 on the back. But anyway, that'll be in the next video. All right, so again, the first ones we did up here were already factored. Well, this one is not factored, so we're going to have to factor it. But I want you to notice, first things first, it is not equal to 0. We've got to make it equal to 0. And we're just going to do that by taking this and moving it over there. And to do that, if it's minus 6 here, I'm going to add a 6 to both sides. And now I've got x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals 0. So now I'm ready to factor it. But don't forget to bring down that equal to 0 when we do it. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're still going to see if it has a greatest common factor. And it does not, because we've got one of our terms that is equal to 1. So our b is negative 7. We need to do our a times c. Well, when I do 1 times 12, that gives me 12. If you remember from factoring, now we're going to list all of the factors of 12. So that's 1 and 12. I'm going to list it twice. 2 and 6. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And the fact that my a times c gave me a positive, that means I need both of these signs to be the same. So we're going to make the first set positive, the second set negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Now we're looking for the combination that's going to give me negative 7. Well, 1 plus 12 doesn't give me negative 7. Negative 1 plus negative 12 doesn't give me negative 7. 2 plus 6 gives me 8. Negative 2 plus negative 6 gives me negative 8. 3 plus 4 gives me 7, but I need negative 7. And minus 3 and minus 4 does give me negative 7. So here is my factor now. So now it's looking like what we started with for these two up here. It's equal to 0, so now we're just going to make them both equal to 0. I shouldn't have put parentheses there, sorry. Again, I'm writing in pen so y'all can see it better, but that shouldn't be there. So now to solve, I've got x minus 3 equals 0. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. That's going to give me x equals 3. I'm going to add 4 to both sides on this one because it's x minus 4. And that's going to give me x equals 4. And those are my answers. Okay, so again, that's going to help you with numbers 5 through 8 on the worksheet. Now let's do one that's going to help you with 9 through 10. You'll notice on this one it is not equal to 0, so let's go ahead and make it equal to 0. And we're going to do that by subtracting 16 from both of those. Excuse me, both of those sides. So that's going to give me 3x squared plus 15x. Negative 2 plus a negative 16, or negative 2 minus 16 gives me negative 18 equal to 0. Now we're going to look to see if we have a greatest common factor. And we do. There is a number that's going to go into all three of those terms. Remember, when we do this, we take the smallest number, which in this case is 3, and we list all of the factors of 3. Then we're going to take the highest factor, which is 3, and we're going to see if it goes into the next number, 15, and it does. And then we're going to see if it goes into 18, and it does. Now, all three terms do not have an x, so x is not a part of my greatest common factor, so it's just 3. So now I know my 3 is going to go out front of my parentheses, still equal to 0. 3 divided by 3 is 1. That leaves me with x squared. 15 divided by 3 leaves me 5x. And negative 18 divided by 3 leaves me with negative 6. Okay? Again, don't forget this 3 out here, but we don't really need it to solve. Okay? But if we were factoring, that 3 right there would be part of my answer. So now we're just looking at what's inside the parentheses. We've got it equal to 0. We're going to do our a times c again. Well, first of all, let's say our b equals 5, and a times c is going to equal. This one's another easy one now because my a is 1 again. So 1 times -6 equals -6. Forget about the negative for now. I'm going to list all of the factors of 6, and I'm going to list them twice. Make sure we're still on the screen. Yep, we're good. All right, now the fact that our a times c gave us a negative, I need my signs to be different. So to do that, I'm just going to, if you'll just zigzag your negative throughout, just like we did when we were factoring, that guarantees me that when I multiply these two together, it gives me a -6. So now I'm looking for the combination that's going to give me a +5. Well, we're lucky because -1 plus 6 gives me a +5. So there are my numbers I'm going to use in my factor. And again, if we were factoring, the 3 would still be part of an answer. But if I put a 3 out in front here, it doesn't change what my solutions are going to be because I still need one of these, or if not both of these, to equal 0. X minus 1 has to equal 0, or x plus 6 has to equal 0. And that 3 out there is not going to change my solution, so I don't have to write it anymore. All right, so I'm going to set x minus 1 up equal to 0. I'm going to set x plus 6 up equal to 0. I'm going to add a 1 to both sides. That gives me x equals 1. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. That gives me x equals -6. And I am finished. That easy. So it's a long problem, but you're familiar with how to do just about all of it. This section here gets a little bit newer, but it's easy new, and that's the kind of new we like. All right, so I'm going to post another video here in a sec that will show you how to do the 1 or 2 that we're going to do on the back. Thank you.